There was a professor named Stephen Ceci who wanted to see if he could change the way his students perceived him and improve his student evaluations at the end of the semester using nothing but power body language. He had 2 classes that he was teaching, and between the classes he kept the curriculums the same, the lectures were the same, all the content was the same, but in one group he used power body language. And in doing this little experiment, he was hoping that at the end of the semester, when they were rating how well he did as professor, it would improve their perceptions of his knowledge and his accessibility, that he would appear more knowledgeable and accessible to his students. At the end of the semester, when he got his results back from his student evaluations, an interesting thing happened. Yes, they did see him as more knowledgeable and accessible, but they also saw him as more organized and fair. The one that was really interesting was that the students in the power body language class thought the textbook was better. Now, he didn't write the textbook. He didn't even use the textbook in his lectures. It was only used in assignments. But we see this powerful halo effect around using good body language that changes perceptions of you across the board. So not just those things related to your nonverbal communication and your body language, but everything looks better. How powerful is that first impression? That first moment when you meet somebody. Frank Bernieri wanted to test this. He showed videos to professional recruiters of people in a 20-minute interview and had them rate the interviewees on warmth, competence, and confidence. Then he did the same thing with a different set of recruiters, but this time they only showed them 20 seconds of the interview, effectively eliminating most of the content of the interview and narrowing it down to just that first impression when you first come in and meet the person. What was fascinating was that their ratings on warmth, competence, and confidence were exactly the same. That's how powerful that first impression is. People make a decision about who you are in that first moment that they meet. The areas that we talk about with nonverbal communication is what we're communicating with our face. There's a lot of information, a lot of communication that happens here. Nalini Ambati and Nicholas Rule wanted to find out just how impactful your face can be and what kind of messages it sends. So they took the list of Fortune 500 CEOs, grabbed their profile pictures, and they took out the ones that everyone would recognize. Then they took the top 25 and the bottom 25, mixed up their pictures, and then showed them to people, and asked them if they could tell which CEOs were the most successful. And they were able to predict with surprising accuracy which were the CEOs that made the most money and were most successful, just from the picture alone. Which leads us to the topic of microexpressions. Microexpressions are really, really powerful. A microexpression is a brief, involuntary expression in your face. It's involuntary, kind of the same way breathing is. It's something that just comes out as a response to an intense emotion. Where this can be really powerful is in watching other people. When you recognize the cues of a hidden emotion, then you have a better idea of what they're feeling. Paul Ekman did a lot of research on microexpressions. He traveled around the globe. He went to remote jungles out in the middle of nowhere in Papua New Guinea, and he found that no matter where he was in the world, people had these same 7 universal microexpressions. Even people that were born blind would have them. People that weren't able to see the expressions and learn them. There's something innate in the way we are as human beings that causes us to show these microexpressions. So learning how to recognize these will give you a lot of power in your communication. Look at this video. This is a video of an athlete who was smaller than most of the other athletes in his division, and he was asked if his size would be an impact on his performance. And let's see what kind of hidden emotions we can see in response to that question.
This year, probably a little bit. Next year, I'm planning on it. This year, probably a little bit. Next year, I'm planning on it.
All right, can you see in the picture? We see wrinkles in the nose, and you see the tops of his teeth going up. That's a good indicator of disgust. But he also has telltale vertical lines in his forehead here indicating anger. So you can see how quick and how brief the microexpression was, but if you're watching for it, you can tell that he really is not happy about being asked this question. It's a sore subject.